Hi everyone, welcome back down to the channel. This time I'm going to do something slightly different. It's Masters Week, unless you're watching this in the future in 2027 on some archive, in which case you already knew what happened, but it's Masters Week. I'm going to have a little look back at what was probably my biggest moment at the Ali Pali, my win in 2015. I'm going to indulge myself for a few minutes and have a look back at that match against Neil Robertson. We played in the final in 2012. 3 years later in the final in 2015, we met again. And I'm going to hit play here and see how this goes. Right, come with me as we take a look back.
You just got to have a good routine. And
got the opening credits here. This was all the build-up.
Doing practice, hitting some
Here he is.
And really, you know, I'm going to keep to the same routine that I've been doing for the whole.
Who knows what crap I'm talking right this week?
I just wish I could start a game.
Yeah, funny there, because I'm talking about wish I could start a game. I think the two previous matches, which were against, from memory, I think Stephen Maguire and Mark Allen, I think I'd lost the first two frames in both of those matches. So yeah, wanting to start a game, that helps, doesn't it? When you're going up against one of the best players of all time, as Neil is, you know, was and is. I think he was world number one at the time. So yeah. Right, let's crack on.
There's an Australian guy called Neil that's going to have a massive say in the result. He's the world number one.
There it is, world number one.
Sean and I played each other here a few years ago. The year I won the Masters, and overall it was a really sort of competitive match. It was a lot of really big breaks, very attacking match as well. So I wouldn't expect anything different.
Yeah, we were both looking forward to the game. I think, as I say, we'd both played in 2012, and it was a really, really good match. I remember being really nervous going into the final because, he'd given me a pretty good hiding in 2012. And I'd been trying since 2008 to complete my set of Triple Crown wins. We obviously got the World Championships in 2005, the UK Championship in 2008. And it had, for years, I'd been trying to get the Masters and join that club of players who'd won all three. Neil had, as I say, beat me well in 2012. So I didn't really give myself much of a chance going into the final. I just thought he was going to slaughter me. He'd beaten O'Sullivan well the day before. Obviously, that's a massive win in Ronnie's backyard at Ali Pali. And, I was definitely second favourite going into the match. There must be some snooker footage here at some stage. Let's see now, where are we? Oh, here's the walk-ons. Oh, I can't tell you how nervous I would have been walking down those stairs, but what a great reception it was at Ali Pali. It's such a thrill. Nice to hear the walk-on song hasn't changed since then as well. Always had good walk-on music. I think I've got the best walk-on music. Don't know what you think, but I quite like Disco Inferno. It gets the crowd going. Right, let's crack on, get into the match itself. Here we go.
Came around immediately to have a look at the.
Well, this is right in the first frame. Doesn't get any earlier than this.
Does, but not sure what he can hold.
Is this the first pot of the match, is it? I actually haven't watched this for a long, long time. That was the first point. First blood. Only looks like I'm going to get one, though. It wasn't the greatest positional shot I've ever seen.
Just lost the cue ball a little bit.
Yeah, Ken there digging me out on the commentary. I did lose the cue ball. You're absolutely right. I don't think I potted anything after that. Goodness. Yeah. Very, very nerve-wracking going into the match. Stood at the top of the stairs, walking down into the crowd, get the first chance. I think I just made one. Just very nervous. But the match pushes on. I just remember my overriding memory is that Neil was playing so well. He was just dominating his matches. World number one at the time. He'd beaten me so heavily in 2012. I know I've mentioned that a couple of times. But that was really playing on my mind. And I knew I had to start well. So I think I put myself under a bit of pressure to, try and get involved in the match. This was in the first frame. Again, Neil was in. So, yeah, I must have messed up later on. I vividly remember this moment because this was the moment, even though it was just in the first frame, this was when I knew I had a chance on the day because it's easy to think your opponents are like robots, they just don't miss. Neil was here looking at this shot. Now, this is very early on. This is in the first frame of such a long match. And he was trying to do something with the cue ball here. I can't remember. Maybe just glance off the reds.
Very few mistakes.
And he missed that pink. And I'll never, ever forget, I remember being sat in my chair. As he missed the pink, I remember thinking, he's human. He's feeling nervous as well. It wasn't just me that was struggling, because that was a sitter of a ball. Sorry, Neil, if you're watching this. But like, that was a ball he should never have missed, really. But it was a sign to me that he perhaps hadn't settled. He was feeling a little bit nervous. And that encouraged me. I thought he is only human. He's just a man. He does make mistakes. And that gave me a bit of confidence.
Once again,
I don't know what happened after that. Here we see the replay of it. Yeah. Amazing what that can do to somebody's confidence. And it sounds so silly to say it, but can you have a turning point in the first frame? Maybe not in a best of 19, but it certainly set the scene. I was very nervous going into that match. And when I saw him miss that ball, I thought, I can do this. Let's see what's coming next. Oh, this is frame 8. So this is the last frame of the afternoon's play. Yeah, I mean, somehow I found myself, flying into the lead. I think I won the first 5 frames or something. 5-0 up I was. And then we shared a couple of frames. But like, I would have loved to have been 7-1 ahead, but I would have taken 6-2. If you'd have offered me that at the start of the match, I would have snapped your hand off. I couldn't believe it. And whilst you can't see me smiling there, I was smiling on the inside. I walk out, giving nothing away. Yeah, you weren't going to get anything from me. Nothing from Neil either, to be fair. But inside, I was absolutely buzzing because, as I say, he'd beat me so well back in 2012. So to have a massive lead, yeah, it'd been bigger. I was 6-1 ahead. But listen, at the start of that match, if you'd said to me, you're going to go into the final session of the Masters 6-2 ahead, geez, I'd have taken that. I can't remember what happened after that. Can't remember because the night time started. Oh, this was the first frame of the night session. It went all the way down to the last couple of balls. Look at the score. 55. Well, the score's gone. 55. What was it? 44. Right. So Neil just needs the pink. I think this frame had been a really long frame. It was a real tense, nervy affair. What was he trying here? I'm not sure. What's he playing? What is he playing there?
He's going to send it towards the corner.
Well, he obviously totally got that wrong. Do you know, I think he played to just clip the pink as thin as he possibly could. Don't know what he played, I really don't, but this was a big shot. This looks like a gimme, doesn't it? This looks like over the pocket. I suppose it was a gimme, really. Anyway, I've seen those missed before, but yeah, I mean, 6-2 to 7-2. It's just yours to lose from there, I suppose, isn't it? I think I even stayed down on this just to make sure. Yeah, I was delighted. You could hear JV on the commentary, just absolutely over the moon. From memory, I think that frame was quite long. And, having been 5-0 up, back to 6-2 at the end of the first session, a long frame to start the night. If you go 6-3, I know you're still 3 frames in front, but like 5-0 to 6-3 is a big difference. But I just kept pushing on and I just played really, really well. And some of my friends have said it's the best they've ever seen me play. And they've seen me since, I was 8-9-year-old boy. So I'll probably take their, compliments as being true. I still look back at this and can't believe that, I played probably one of my best matches just when I needed it. As I say, I tried so hard for so long to complete that set. Don't know what I played here. What do I even play? I mean, the match is over, but what was I trying to do? Let's see. Yellow, cross the table. That shot's not even on. I'm now trying to play shots that aren't possible. I think my head had completely fallen off at the time. Yeah, I nearly burst into a smile. A smile nearly cracked across my face. Yeah, I was just absolutely buzzing. It was such a big moment in my career. And, I've been going back ever since trying to recreate it. And there's the handshake. And to be fair, Neil was really generous at the end. I remember he shook my hand really warmly and he said, welcome to the club. And of course, he's referring to the Triple Crown Club. I became the 10th player ever in the history of the sport to win the Worlds, the UK and the Masters. And he was very, very generous. A great champion in his own right is Neil Robertson. And we've had many, many great games over the years. And as I say, if you're watching this year, we've got another one coming just in a couple of days. Not sure what record JV's referring to. I don't remember breaking any records. Yeah, look, I was in a bit of shock, to be totally honest. Didn't really know what to do with myself, but I was just relieved. You know, it was just incredible. Now, let's see where this goes. This must be the trophy, is it?
2015 Dafabet Masters champion, Shaun Murphy.
Yeah, that was very special. I can remember a little bit about this. I remember how heavy this trophy is. Look at this trophy.
Your champion, Shaun Murphy.
It's got to be the heaviest trophy in sport, that. There can't be a trophy heavier than that. And they're there asking you to lift it up. Go on, raise the trophy. You can't, because it's solid crystal. It's just so heavy. What's after that? This must be the end of the video, is it? Here we are. What do I say here?
And the 10th member of snooker's Triple Crown Club. Welcome. What a thrill.
I have to completely disagree with Neil. I don't want to play him ever again.
Yeah, I think Neil had said something in his interview. I think he'd said something like, "Oh, Shaun and I have had lots of good matches, and we'll probably have lots more in the future, or we're going to have more in the future." And I said something like, "Yeah, I don't ever want to play him again." Like, one of the best players we've ever seen, the most decorated overseas player. And as I say, he was so generous and gracious when he shook my hand and welcomed me into that Triple Crown Club. Yeah, as I say, if you're watching this live this week during Masters Week, we've got another match coming up in the quarterfinals of the Masters here in Alexandra Palace. If you're watching it in the future, tracing back through my old videos, you already know what happened. Congratulations. I've got no idea what's going to happen. But it's been a real thrill to walk you through that and have a look through some old footage from the Masters. I haven't watched that for a long, long time. It's got the juices flowing again. I'm excited to go play. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Something completely different, a little look behind the scenes, watching something very personal. Delighted to share it with you. If you have enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you next time.